And welcome back, lords and ladies, to another exciting and thrilling installment in my YouTube series. I'm your host, Liam, and tonight we'll be going over defense strategies, including starting with the basics and working up from there. First, most important building in your arsenal for any kind of defense is your shelter. Please, for the love of God, shelter your troops and leader when you're not using them. It takes a whole 2 seconds, and they're protected for 12 hours. Once you get to the point where you have more troops than you can fit in your shelter, that happens really fast. I have an extra 391,000. You need to find alternate methods to protect your troops when you're not shielded. The second suggestion I have is just a fake rally. It's called a fake rally. And that's where you pick a target to send a rally to. First off, you can do it on a dark nest if you want. If you do, I highly suggest doing a level 5 dark nest. And the reason is because all of the others tend to be targeted by guilds, and as soon as they kill the dark nest, then your rally target ceases to exist. It cancels the rally, and then your troops are unsheltered and vulnerable. Also, as you can see, they have a timer on them. Once that timer expires, that dark nest disappears. Once again, your rally is canceled, and your troops are unsheltered and unprotected. So what I suggest is finding anywhere nearby or even far away, finding a target castle that is inactive. You can rally these guys, although obviously that one's a little too far away. We'll just use this guy right here. You can rally attack these guys for another 8 hours. Send all your troops, send extra heroes, and there you go, there's another 200,000 troops. So now we have the troops in our shelter shield protected. We have the troops in our rally protected. Now, unfortunately, I still have extra troops left. So, what you have to do at this point is, if you still have more troops than covered in those 2 marches, you have to find another way to protect them. If you're at your hive, you will have other guildmates who are shielded, like Afro is right next to me. And you can just send reinforcements to that player as long as you know that they're going to be shielded for as long as you need. She can take up to 125,000 reinforcements in her embassy. So there we go. There's another set of troops that are protected. If you still have extra, which obviously I do, you can also send a garrison to the same player. And there we go. So now I have 2 marches, reinforcements, and a garrison on Aphrodite. I have another march that's sheltered, and I have a 4th march that is rallied at this poor little guy right here. So there we go. All my troops are now protected, and I don't even have to be shielded. As long as Afro's shield stays up, my troops are protected for at least 8 hours, plenty of time to go catch a nap. Let's see, when it comes to this is obviously when you're at your home hive, then you have the option of sending reigns and garrisons to a shielded guildmate. Now, let's say hypothetically you're in another kingdom, you're away from your hive for whatever reason, and you're all alone, and there's nothing that you can do, and you are targeted by an incoming rally, and you have battle fury, just like I do right now. In this case, there's no way you're going to avoid the hit, especially if the rally is already marching. So you need to quickly find ways to hide your troops and protect yourself from that rally. Obviously, once again, the first thing to do is shelter. Always save yourself, save your leader. You could do a quick rally on any target nearby, because it's only temporary until you shield anyway, since you're just trying to protect yourself from a rally. There we go. There's 2 marches. Now you still have extra troops. In this case, since you're trying to defend against an incoming rally, you need to make sure that you're not sending your troops out to a camp. If you do, they will most likely get... There's a trick to where they will die. What I would suggest doing is find a resource tile or 2 that's relatively far away, and just send as many troops as you can off that tile. This is obviously a 3-minute march. It's not quite far enough to cover my Battle Fury. They would still land and potentially get hit on that tile. But the point here is, if you have your troops marching to a resource tile, they can't be hit. So while they're actively marching, they can't be touched. And then, hypothetically speaking, with the rally hits, they hit nothing, they don't get any of your troops, they might light you on fire, take some resources, but at least your troops are safe. And then once your troops are safe, you can go ahead and recall everything after you've shielded. So once your Battle Fury goes down, just pop a shield, recall, you're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and pull that one back right now. Okay, as far as it goes with Hive Defense, this is when you're actively trying to protect your guildmates and you're under attack. As we just saw recently with hiding troops, we have the reinforcement and the garrison. Now, hypothetically, let's say Aphrodite here is under attack by a player that's significantly larger than she is, but it's somebody that I know that I could take if I had to. In which case, what I would do, and to protect her, since my boosts are significantly stronger, I would go ahead and send a garrison in front of that march that's targeting her. When you send a garrison, it goes off of your bonuses and your troops. So your researches, your gear, as long as you're sending your leader, all of your talents. So if I was to set this in front of an attack on her, they would basically hit me first. They would hit my troops first. It functions just like a tile hit. So it would be their march against my march before it even hit her castle. In the event that they actually beat my march and beat my garrison, then their attack march would go on and hit her castle. But if I know it's somebody who I'm significantly stronger than, I will win that garrison fight, and it will turn them right around, and they won't even touch her castle at all. Now, if it was somebody who was... Now, hypothetically, if Aphrodite was significantly stronger than I was, like her bonuses are significantly larger, and she's in war talents and war gear, I would go ahead and send her a reinforcement instead, because reinforcements work off of the person... works off the bonuses of the person that you're sending the reinforcements to. So instead of, when you send reinforcements, instead of using my bonuses for the troop strength, it would actually use hers. Now do keep in mind that every time you send a garrison or a reinforcement, it does give you Battle Fury. It will refresh Battle Fury, which leaves you open for attack. So just keep that in mind. And in the event that you need to go ahead and recall either your garrison or your reinforcement, or both, just hit the red march button that is on the left-hand side of the screen, and just hit return to castle. And there we go, my troops are coming home. A quick note on combat boosts. And this functions for both attacks as well as defenses. Whether you're taking a hit or you're hitting somebody else, the absolute best one to choose is your army attack. Army attack boosts are significantly more effective when it comes to combat. Some people will say use defense boost. Really, don't use a defense boost unless you don't have any attack boosts available and you cannot buy one. The reason is, even a 50% army defense boost is less effective than 20% army attack boost. If you want to see the detail on this, Finkle has made a great video, goes over the specific math, and shows definitively that the attack boosts are significantly stronger than any of the defense boosts. And he actually goes over hit point boosts in comparison to attack boosts and defense boosts. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to that video in the description box below. And now, one last thing for Hive Defense. We're going to go over quickly a little bit of counterattacking. Back to that hypothetical where somebody is attacking Aphrodite. If I know that she's already protected, she's sheltered, she's good, she doesn't have any troops there, her leader is safe, then it doesn't matter because the person attacking her isn't going to hit anything, but they might not know that. Generally, when people send their attack marches out, they will send their leader. And when they do, that means that their castle is now vulnerable. Because you only get boosts, you only get the research bonuses, the combat bonuses, the talent bonuses from your leader while your leader is at home. So the moment that they send their leader out on a march, they leave themselves vulnerable. Like, let's say it's this Jakarta guy right here. So Jakarta sends an attack at Aphrodite. I know that his leader isn't home. I can go hit him real quick and light him up. No problem. I have done that multiple times with players who are significantly larger than me. The same goes when there's a rally set on one of your guildmates. If there's a rally set on one of your guildmates and the rally is going to go off, the moment that rally starts to march towards your guildmate, that rally leader has left himself vulnerable because his leader isn't in the castle anymore, and now you can go light him up. A friend of mine and I did that a couple of times just a few weeks ago. Rally was targeting me. The rally marched. I took the hit, no problem, and my buddy went ahead and the moment that rally left the castle, he went and lit up that leader of the rally. It was just gorgeous. So keep that in mind. One quick note as far as counterattacking, make sure you know who you're fighting against, who is coming to get you. Because there are some people who are really technically savvy, like my buddy Saber. I'm also going to post one of his videos down below. One of his tricks is that he often sends fake attacks. He will send a fake attack march to make people think that he's vulnerable. In which case, people will go ahead and attack him with their leader, and he's a pretty strong account, and he'll just eat it and take that leader. So you just be aware. Be aware of who you're fighting against. Especially if they work in teams. Saber has a buddy, Revas, and together they do some great teamwork. They throw fake attacks. They double team attacks. It's beautiful to watch. If you get the chance, go ahead and check out his videos. And in the one that I'm going to show you in the description below, he came and hit our hive. They came and hit our hive. And I didn't fall for the feint. But you'll see that. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this. I hope you learned something from it. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what else you need to know. And I'm going to go ahead and get back to making our little baby trap and working on building that up next. And thank you for watching, and keep on coming.